Back into the country. They were among close to 2,000 people the Kenyan police arrested and detained in a sports stadium in Nairobi.
We welcome them. They are our people and we promise to cater for them until they are reunited with their families.
Kenyan police say it is a security sweep aimed at illegal immigrants. The deportees say they had legal status.
I lived in Kakuma. I only traveled to Nairobi for a short trip. I showed them my papers, but they wouldn't listen. Now I am not even aware of my children or how they would survive without me. I begged them to take me back to my children in Kakuma. They refused.
But it is not only Kenya that deports Somali refugees. Saudi Arabian authorities had by March this year repatriated more than 12,000 Somali refugees. Mohammed Hirmonge, CCTV.
So you mean to tell me that no African country wants the silly Malians? I was just watching, I don't even know what I was watching, but they said if certain African countries allow Somalians to come to their country, they're going to go to the streets because they don't want the Somalians. They don't want the Somalians in their country. Silly Malians. I thought y'all was the best. I thought y'all was smart. I thought y'all had that good hair. I thought y'all had that good nose. They don't want you in other African countries. They said go back to Mogadishu. Go back to Silly Malia. Why don't y'all want to go back to Silly Malia? So none of the other African countries want Somalians that are getting deported from the United States and other places.
What happens when a country tries to deport someone, but no other country will take them? It sounds impossible, but it is happening right now. Somali migrants are being deported from different parts of the world, yet in some cases, they are stuck in limbo, unable to stay, but also unable to leave. So the real question is, why are some countries refusing to accept deported Somali migrants? Let's watch this compilation of clips, then I will come back with more comments.
If Ruto agrees to take the deported Somalis into Kenya,
if President John Mahama agree to take these deported Somalians into Ghana, we are also going to go to the streets, of course. I agree with you, my sister. And you know, sometimes I say that you need to live the African experience to understand certain things. Now we hear what is happening in Minnesota. And we are not even saying that Trump is right or wrong. That is not what some of us are even talking about. But we are thinking, or we are watching how you are coming online and trolling Black Americans and trolling and making fun of whatever is happening. And you have some Africans supporting you to do whatever you are doing. Now they are deporting you. Now they are tracing your IP addresses because you said Minnesota was promised to you 3,000 years ago. We come online to do live streams and we tell you to stop, because if you don't stop, it will affect you and it will affect a lot of Africans. Now it is even affecting Ethiopians. How dare you go to somebody's country? You have some of these diasporans supporting you. At the end of the day, these people are Black Americans. They will not be deported. You will be deported. So to those of you giving these people the energy and the engine to keep doing whatever they are doing, you see that they are supporting them. So do you think you are helping them or you are destroying them? And I don't even understand why is that when people are being deported, their own country doesn't want to accept them. If your own country doesn't want to accept you, why should another country accept you? President John Mahama, no one yes I mistake we. Somebody who will come to my platform and call me a monkey. I guess I'm a nice monkey then. You see, they are deporting you. And now they are looking for African countries to actually really accept you. I am not saying that all Somalis, I am not saying that all the communities are doing it. But what you are doing on this app and what you are doing on this internet, you even say you don't need our help. So which means we cannot even speak. But at the end of the day, when they deport you, you are coming to our countries. This is not acceptable. If you're Somali and then you are listening. And I know they will come to this video in the comment with their shenanigans. You understand? So if you're a Ghanaian, please listen. Be careful. Let's keep watching.
Check this out. Somalian, deported back home, struggle to adjust. I'm going to run this clip.
I don't want to be here no more. I'm so tired of being here, this place. This is where I'm living. I'm so tired of it. It's just like, I want to go back. I don't want to be here no more. I don't cut my hair. I don't shave. I don't do nothing.
I agree with Donald Trump, 110%. If you come this country illegally, you deserve to get deported. I'm tired of the racket. I'm tired of the scams, you know. This is ridiculous here. $1 billion in welfare fraud? Yo, pack them up. Deport them. Deport them.
Here's a man who was sent back to Somalia. Watch what he says right here.
وعلى السريع أنا محاول ملنا دبي أنت اللي وضو باسبوركي ولا قاطي وعلي ساوك جرا أنتو قفوا إمبسي لزال لكورو إلا كبغض لسؤال عند علي. I don't want to be here no more. I'm so tired of being here, this place. This is where I'm living. I'm so tired of it. It's just like, I want to go back. I don't want to be here no more. I don't cut my hair. I don't shave. I don't do nothing.
Neighborhood in Minneapolis. Do you feel more comfortable living under American law, or do you feel more comfortable living under Sharia law?
Sharia law. I'm a Muslim. I prefer Sharia law. Sharia law, yes.
You prefer Sharia law over American law?
Of course, yeah. Of course, yeah.
And do you find most of your friends feel the same way?
Yeah, of course. If you're Muslim, yeah.
He can make his daughter marry somebody.
Yeah, he can. Yeah, he can. He has the authority, you know?
The authority, right?
Yeah, to do that, yeah.
So here, how young do you think it's okay?
Yeah, 15.
Is it right to kill somebody who insults Muhammad?
Yeah, because she's just, she hate the religion, I understand. But she shouldn't pick up the prophet, you know?
So you understand why people would want to attack her?
Yeah.
You had a choice. Would you rather live here or would you rather live in a Muslim country?
I'd rather live in a Muslim country with my people.
Would you prefer to live in America or prefer to live in Somalia?
For me, I think it's Somalia.
I would rather live in Somali. I'm not Americanized. I just speak fluent, and I'm, you know what I mean. I'm articulate, and I can articulate what I'm trying to say. You know what I mean. That's about it. But other than that, I mean, as far as my culture and my preferences and everything, it's still Somali. You know what I mean.
Even though here you have all the freedom and stuff like that.
And even though I have all the freedom,
do you think life might be better in Somalia than here?
Because now you have the freedom of it of practicing your religion while working and doing your other things.
It's always the same. They run away from Sharia law because it made their life miserable. Then they come to your country, cancel Christmas, your country sucks, we hate your way of life, you guys are racist. And then you kick them back to Sharia law. Oh my God, I want my iPhone back, I don't have my sport car, life is terrible here, everybody's so bad to me, please take me back. And the story just keeps repeating itself. Unbelievable.
Shamefully and blatantly lying about every single thing they are doing.
But according to Vice President J.D. Vance, it's Omar who's doing the lying. Vance said that this week that he thinks Omar definitely committed immigration fraud and is now looking to build a case against her. A spokesperson for Omar called the accusation, quote, ridiculous lie. But the tiny African nation of Somaliland, different than Somalia, is ready to help and is calling for Omar to be extradited to them. I say, look.
She said, let's do it. So listen to this last part right here. Listen to this last part. This African nation say, hey, we are ready for President Trump to just say the word and we will take Ilhan Omar right off y'all hands.
For Omar called the accusation, quote, ridiculous lie. But the tiny African nation of Somaliland, different than Somalia, is ready to help and is calling for Omar to be extradited to them.
Calling for Omar to be extradited to them. They say they are waiting. All they got to do is just say the word. Now, we'll check out this clip because, like I said, I've seen this clip, going around on the internet. And let's check this out.
From Washington to the Horn of Africa, a political attack has triggered an international flashpoint, with an unrecognized state offering to extradite a sitting US Congresswoman. Now, the self-declared Republic of Somaliland says it would accept the extradition of Congresswoman Ilhan Omar if the United States ever requests it. Now, in a post on X, Somaliland struck a mocking tone, suggesting that any deportation would simply mean sending Omar back to her kingdom, and signaling that it would be ready to act if asked.
Wow.
And that's not it. The official account also endorsed a series of posts on X aimed at mocking and disrespecting
mana aha dhaqan hor naga aamusa waryo fakanis dhagaysta no jadwalka no iguma harin kartaan no iguma harin kartaan no iguma harin kartaan waa idin dhagaystay waa mahadsantahay horta maanta oo dhan wax cadaan kuma aanan siinin ka jooji nabiga waan fawdan ku soconaynaa sariifka anu yeeray taagan maxad ka xooge ninka bayamaya sariifkan siiyay
Somalis. What's going on, Somalis? How y'all doing this morning, afternoon, or evening? Wherever you see this video, how y'all doing? Now, why y'all have so much anger and disrespect towards the Black Americans? Why? Why y'all so upset that we're not speaking up for y'all? Why? Just talk to me, Somalis. Why are y'all so upset? Why the vitriol and anger towards us? And not towards the YT man? Why? That's why I don't get. Why the displaced anger towards us, the Black Americans? Y'all never liked us. Y'all never even rock with us. Just being for real, just being honest. And I'm seeing countless of videos on what y'all did in Minnesota, right? Y'all say, well, we marched for y'all doing the Black Lives Matter. I said, Black Lives Matter? Yeah, Black Lives Matter. I'm like, Black Lives Matter. George Floyd, all the Somalis, we marched in the streets in solidarity for the Black Americans on when the police unalived George Floyd. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm going to be honest with y'all. When I saw y'all marching for George Floyd, I just looked at it as just an even, fair exchange. You know why? On what we did for y'all. And what we did for y'all was we donated money to feed the children.
This is a wet feeding center. That means cooked food is being distributed here. This is very good because we're sure then this is reaching those most in need. These people have traveled from very far and many are losing children along the way, and we have to ramp up these operations. Over 300,000 people here in Mogadishu need help, and those numbers are growing daily. But the cooked food needs to be fortified. We need to add in the vitamins that can help protect these children even better. And so these contributions that are coming in will go directly to operations like this and fortifying this food.
See, a lot of the commercials that we seen back in the day, maybe 30 years prior, or even 2011, matter of fact, I'm going to use 2000, even in 2011, Black Americans sent money to Somalia to feed the people. Your people. We sent money there. Even in the early 90s, we sent money to y'all to feed the children. So we seen them little babies with the ribs showing. We seen them videos of them telling us that how women walk 100 miles with the babies, and some of the babies didn't make it so they can get to the food center where we was giving y'all food. That was our money that we sent. So least y'all can do is march for George Floyd. So now it's an even exchange. We don't owe you nothing. You don't owe us nothing. You get what I'm saying? We fed the children out there. So don't bring up this what y'all did for us in George Floyd. But don't bring up how we fed the children. Because keep in mind, even Michael Jackson had y'all in the videos. You get what I'm saying? Back in the 80s, early 90s, he had y'all in the videos. With the starving babies, with the big head like mine. Maybe a little bigger. Some of them babies' head was big as mine. But we felt bad for you, Somalis.
And I thank y'all for marching. Now, we don't owe you nothing now. You don't owe us nothing, and we don't owe you nothing. Okay? Y'all have a good one, Somalis.
Sending Somalians back to the shithole country won't make America great. Check this out.
Somalian people in Minneapolis is not your problem. Your problem is you. You have issue within yourself. You have to fix yourself first. Minnesota Somalian is not the issue of your life. You gotta go take care of yourself and your family. You gotta pay your bills. So sending Somalian back to their homeland is not gonna make American great. America is always gonna be America, where you gotta do what you have to do to survive. So I don't know where you guys got this, like Somalians, once we send all these immigrants, it's gonna get better for us. Everything is gonna get better for us. It's not. The government, U.S. government, is still gonna screw you over. I'm sorry.
He's right about one thing. It's not our problem. That's the reason why they're getting.
Somalia is a wretched place in every sense of the word. Every part of Somalia is horrible. Even the freaking weather is horrible. It's a corrupt place. Corruption is in the bones there. Well, of course, we've brought tens of thousands of people from Somalia into the United States of America. And, of course, we allow them all to live right where they want to live. And, of course, they moved all into Minnesota, Minneapolis, to be specific, in that area, and they've set up shop there. Now, well, there's a story out. I'm sure you've probably seen it or heard about it. This is from Not the Bee. Minnesota Somalis are fraudulently diagnosing their kids with autism to funnel Medicaid money to terrorists. I'm not going to break down the nerdy details of the story. I'll just say you get extra money if you have a child with autism. So a bunch of Somalis got together and figured out how to game the system. They declared that they had a bunch more kids with autism than they actually had, getting tens of millions, hundreds of millions of taxpayer money. The money then gets funneled directly back to terrorist networks in Somalia. This is what happens when you pluck somebody from a corrupt culture where everything is for sale and you allow 50,000 of them to just plop down in a neighborhood. They're going to do what they've always done. That's just how government works. That's how it's always worked for them. That's how they grew up.
He said that we require a visa to get in to our own country, Somalia.
This is embarrassing, right? Most countries, they welcome their diasporas. Somalia says, yeah, pay up first. What? Somalia has gone so low, right? To the point crushing national identity and belonging in exchange for a fee. What is this? Who's gonna tell them that it is the diasporas who are sending billions back home, supporting the everyday people, right? Rebuilding the houses, paying the school fees, supporting the economy. Sheesh. We have no leadership. This is embarrassing. Instead of making it easier to visit, invest, and bring back skills, Somalia just told everyone, yeah, you're Somali when we need your money. Crushing every ounce of belonging and national identity, bruh. Somali government, trash. Trash.
In theory, deportation is straightforward. If someone is living in a country without legal status, that country can send them back to their country of origin. But here is the catch. Deportation only works if the receiving country agrees. A government must confirm, yes, this person is our citizen. We will accept them. Without that confirmation, deportation can't legally happen. And this is exactly where things start to break down. Many Somali migrants don't have official identification. Years of conflict in Somalia disrupted record-keeping systems, birth certificates, passports, national IDs. For many people, This simply doesn't exist. So when another country tries to deport someone, Somalia may ask, how do we know this person is actually Somali? But documents are only part of the story. Somalia has been rebuilding after decades of instability. While progress has been made, the government still faces serious challenges in the areas like security, infrastructure, and governance. Accepting large numbers of deportees can put additional strain on limited resources. So sometimes, decisions aren't just about identity, they are about capacity. And then, there is another layer most people don't even consider. Deportation isn't just a legal process, it is also diplomatic. Countries have to cooperate. If relationships between governments are strained or agreements aren't in place, deportation can stall. In some cases, countries negotiate quietly behind the scenes, deciding how many people can be returned and under what conditions. So, what happens to migrants when all of this falls apart? This is where things get complicated. Some deportees end up stuck, detained for long periods, or released but without legal status. They can't move forward and they can't go back. It is a situation often described as legal limbo. So when you hear that countries are rejecting deported Somali migrants, it is not always a simple refusal. It is a mix of identity verification issues, limited capacity, political negotiations, and complex international laws. This raises a bigger question. If deportation depends on cooperation, what happens when that cooperation breaks down? Because this isn't just about Somalia, it is a challenge affecting migration systems around the world. Thank you for watching to this end. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, consider subscribing to this channel and also give your views in the comment section. I will see you in the next video.